Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at belisiofoods.com/careers.
At Vinton County National Bank, we believe in supporting the areas where we live and work. Now, we'd like to honor those who also serve our communities. Our new Community Champions account is especially for first responders, veterans, active military, and anyone employed in the fields of healthcare or education. This account offers rewards, discounts, and other benefits to those who give so much to others. Vinton County National Bank, rewarding those who serve.
Happy Friday, everyone. Nothing would come out. Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome to the morning show right here on Main Street TV, where we are ready to celebrate the weekend and talk all things news today, starting out with our good friend Red Thompson Jr. And Red is always full of a lot of facts from, well, here, there, and everywhere, but typically Vinton County. So what's going on today, buddy?
Well, good morning, Jen. Thanks for having us back. And we are going to start down at Buckeye Hills.
Oh, goody. Great place.
And Jen, I didn't realize we went there for a big groundbreaking. Lieutenant Governor John Husted was there for a groundbreaking of a trades building. It's going to house their internet operations to telecommunications students, heavy equipment operations, and electrical training. Oh. And, this is a chance for our young people to get in-demand jobs.
Yes.
And that's what this was, a blue-collar day.
Yeah.
And remember, Jen, they said a few years ago blue-collar was on the way out.
Yeah, I don't think so. Never will be.
And our kids... these kids obviously have a great chance to get a job. Lieutenant Governor Husted said that, there he is right there, there are 4 openings for every job in Ohio, so there's plenty of jobs for these kids. And, Buckeye Hills very much recognizes, Jen, something we call the Columbus boom.
Oh, yeah, very much.
And Lieutenant Governor said something very interesting. Jen, think about this. 25% of the Franklin County workforce is from Appalachia.
That doesn't surprise me. A lot of people driving north every day.
And these kids, they're starting at over $100,000 a year.
Yes, they are.
And Buckeye Hills, Jen, I didn't realize what a big part of the economy Buckeye Hills was in the region. And Jamie Nash shared a lot of information with us. There he is right there, the superintendent. He has done a great job of connecting Buckeye Hills, our vocational school, to the workforce. And not only in Columbus, Chillicothe, our local workforce too. A lot of kids were placed. They had a career signing day, and Benton County Sheriff Ted Frazier was there. Awesome. There were some employers from Benton County there. And, this is for 3 counties.
Sure.
So Buckeye Hill is a big operation. That's going to be, just a great building. They're also building a CDL training facility. And, but, Jen, one thing about education, this isn't pitting one type of education against another. Mr. Nash pointed out, people grow and change, and they might want to start out with the big money in vocational, but your body ages over the years, and
sure,
you might not, or you might want to get into management, and then you need to go to college and get the business degree, and to grow yourself, and it all works together. And certainly, we're very lucky to have Buckeye Hills and the DeWine administration for investing millions in Appalachia.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
we're going to turn. We discussed the Rio Grande, big investment into Benton County, and again that's going to help. And I wrote a column on Wednesday. I think in Benton County, Rio Grande can help jumpstart the cottage industries.
Mm-hmm.
And, I know a lot of small business owners in rural areas, they can't afford the rent, but you can operate from your home, and a lot of these new businesses, you can operate a business with almost a laptop these days.
Mm-hmm.
You need, a lot of the tourism businesses certainly are seasonal,
Sure.
operate in a building, renting a building all year long when you only need it for 4 or 5 months is,
It's tough.
so
Yeah.
you operate at home, so build a little shed at your house, and there you go. Kind of like the pioneer days. And businesses. Jen, you think about all the regulations. I know you're a businesswoman, so you know it better than most. A lot of the early Walmarts and stuff wouldn't be approved today. I mean, they were. They talk about the early Walmarts in Arkansas. They had stuff everywhere, and
Yeah. Yeah. Dealing with regulations and rules and code and all of that is tough.
yeah. I mean, it's a very credit to the Walmart organization and what they've been able to do. But back in those days, they didn't have all the regulations. You was able to get started a little easier than you can today. It costs a tremendous amount of money to run a business, and that's what Jamie Nash and the folks down at Buckeye Hills are for. But this is going to be a great building. Our kids also, they want an apprenticeship program.
Mm-hmm.
That's their big goal. So when our kids come out, they're ready to go to work.
Yes.
They don't even have to be trained.
Yep.
But congratulations to Jamie Nash, to Buckeye Hills. A big day. I want to thank them for having Total Media. They're with us. And I know we got limited time today, so I'm not going to show the videos, but there are a couple videos on the Telegram News, and that you can watch Jamie Nash and the Lieutenant Governor. Thanks for coming. And Jen, there's and that also impacts Benton County kids. So I know Rick Brooks and the superintendent up there, he was happy that Buckeye Hills is doing so well and sending their kids down. Mary Ann Hale is the representative for Benton County. She's on the board. She was there. Mike French from Oak Hill. So it was like old home week. Tim Updike, he works there. He's from Wellston. He's one of the supervisors, management at Buckeye Hills. So old home week. Okay, Jim, we'll go to MacArthur. And MacArthur has a special treasure. We talk about Moonville a lot, but have you ever been to Alice's house?
I have not.
Alice's house dates back to the Civil War era. And it's the home of the Benton County Historical and Genealogical Society.
Uh-huh.
And these two ladies right here, Deanna Tribe and Joyce Peters, I think we have a picture of them. There they are. That house is very historical, but Jen, it's also like a living museum.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a lot of information there about Benton County's past. And Deanna told me that one of the big things that people's interested in is the potters, the potting industry that was in Benton County in the late 1800s to the early 1900s.
Okay.
They made these big pots, and they put fruits and vegetables and meat in them. It was kind of a early way to preserve food, I guess.
Oh, fun.
And there's a professor, I think, and an author from Kent State University. He's been there several times doing research, and Deanna says that they get calls from all over the country. They've had guests from Indiana, from Texas, all over Ohio, throughout the Appalachian states, wanting to know about local history, relatives. So, this is a beautiful place. A lot of antiques in there. They got a 1924 typewriter. How'd you like to try that, Jim?
I wouldn't.
Get your correspondence done.
Talk about carpal tunnel, trying to get those keys going in the right direction.
It's 207 Sugar Street in MacArthur. And it's just there's not the only issue that Deanna would like to work on in the future. They'd like to get some more parking around it, but it's just a beautiful place. When my wife Susan was alive, we was able to go to a lot of places like that.
Mm-hmm.
We liked places like that in Indiana. We'd sell them, and there's a little town in I don't know if you and your hubby like antiques, but there's a place in Centerville, Indiana, right across the Ohio line from Dayton. You head out of Dayton and Centerville. There's a 7-building antique shop, Centerville Antique Shop.
Holy moly!
Yeah, I've never wanted to steal anything, but that I was tempted one time. They had a 1954 jukebox for $2,800.
Just put that in your pocket, Red.
It'd be hard to move one of those.
Yeah, it would be kind of hard to sneak that one out.
You might want to put it down at your restaurant there.
Yeah, maybe.
But Jim, I couldn't get out here. We're abbreviated this morning. We got a lot. Pete's coming in, and Jeremiah will be here later. But we had more country music in the area.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we sure did. We got to interview him, Buddy Joel. I don't know if you remember him.
I remember the name.
Was
he on one of the shows?
Yeah, he was. He was the first winner ever of one of those. I don't know if it was
Nashville Star or one.
I think so. I think he was the very first seasonal winner. I don't know if we have a picture of him. I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
But he was at Scotty's in Wellston. There is an interview with him on the Telegram Facebook page.
Awesome.
His daughter inspired that song. She was 3 years old. Her name was Lacey. He's from Arkansas. And he said, she asked him, "Daddy, if I die, can I go to heaven and help pour out the rain?"
Aww.
And he also had a song called Southern Comfort, and it kind of highlights all the southern states.
Awesome.
Yeah, Mississippi was one. Gene's watching this morning down in Mississippi. Want to give him a shout out.
Hi.
And I think Darlene might be watching in Kentucky, so I want to give her a shout out. So the southern, but Buddy Joel, that was a popular song with him, finished number 3. And Scotty's is just doing wonderful things. He's had some big entertainers over there. And you can hear those songs on Hank FM, Jen, on our Total Media app, our new classic country station, 100.9. So you can hear a lot of those songs. But there's a lot going on. Just Benton County schools got some big projects planned, Jen. Over the summer. They're going to pave the parking lot at the football field.
Okay.
And that is long overdue. That hasn't been done since the school opened in 2000.
I know it still seems like these schools are brand new, but they're not. Like it's been quite a while now.
No, it's a real testament. I've had engineers. Some of my very close friends are big-time engineers. And one of them asked me if Benton County High School was 10 or 11 years old.
Uh-huh.
It's 24 years old.
Isn't that crazy?
And, people, they've done a remarkable job taking care of it. They had to do a lot to get it, and they take a lot of pride in it. And certainly, and one thing we talked about was transformative. And we'll go back to Buckeye Hills just for a moment. The mission is, I think, from the DeWine administration, Buckeye Hills, Rio Grande, is to build a new Appalachian economy.
Yeah.
And we're all working toward that. Benton County, also one thing we haven't mentioned, we are still looking into this. Benton County got a big grant out of the Appalachian money. This kind of got overshadowed by our grant, but they got a $4 million grant to help Selesky.
Yes.
And
which is awesome.
It's going to be a tourism town. They're going to put trailheads on the Moonville Rail Trail and parking lots so they can have concerts and events. And I think it could be people just love those little forest cars. I don't know if you've ever seen them, the little forest cars. They race through the forest.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they call it the Forest Rally. That's become a popular event. And a trailhead could enhance that.
Mm-hmm.
There's not very good parking where it is right now. You kind of have to park at the forest office. It's still a nice thing, but all you can really see is the finish line. You really can't see them race.
Yeah.
So that could make a difference, and with music and entertainment. And Selesky's looking for a gas station.
Yeah.
So more traffic enhances your chance to get a gas station.
Sure. Absolutely.
But Pete, it's in. We have a busy day at Total Media, and come out and graduation's coming up. Remember that next week at Benton County High School, the 17th, and all the other high schools in the area. So congratulations to the seniors for all they did.
Absolutely. And I can remember, it's been a few years ago now, Red, but I can remember my graduation day like it was yesterday. And all the, like the bittersweet feelings that you have, like, and happy feelings. And like, it's like a day of a roller coaster of emotions, because it's such, your high school graduation is such a, I don't know. It's just like going over a bridge to a whole new life.
Oh, it is.
And it's so many feelings,
You're leaving your friends behind, and eventually your parents. A lot of people leave their parents behind, and not behind, but they don't see them every day.
Right. Like you move out, you're kind of on your own, and, it's the way it goes. You go to college somewhere.
I've always seen life as chapters, and certainly high school graduation, no matter, it's the end of a chapter.
It is.
Life. And we wish all the kids good luck. We'll be saluting all them.
Please be safe.
Please do. And we'll be saluting all the kids, all the big winners, scholarship winners, and the Telegram and all the Total Media platforms. So and be listening for all that, watching for it. And just like Jen said, be careful out there, and congratulations. As this chapter ends and another one begins.
Yes, absolutely. Well put, Red. All right. Well, thank you, buddy, for coming in. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you for all you do for us here at Total Media.
Thank you so much. And happy weekend, everybody. Pete Wilson's on deck. And I'm going to go visit with the senior citizens now and see what they're up to. It's today's Senior Citizens Day in Jackson County. So, yeah. So,
happy Senior Citizens Day.
So, all you folks that's going to be down at the Wagon Wheel, we'll be down there very shortly and celebrate the day with you.
Are you going to be line dancing, square dancing?
I might do a little by name karaoke if they let me.
Okay.
So, we'll see. Okay. Thank you, Miss Jen.
Very good. Very good. All right. Well, Pete, come on over. We showed the video of Pete the chicken pooping on the air the other day. And this is Pete Wilson, and I feel like he's going to talk about more poop.
Yes, a lot of it.
I'm just going to say this is too good to not make some jokes about.
Okay, well, I will say this: if you were three different drivers, it wasn't a good afternoon, and
trying to get somewhere on Route 35,
who were involved, or you were a motorist,
yes,
going between here and Gallipolis, either direction.
Yes.
It wasn't a very good afternoon.
No, it was not,
because you had a lot of time to enjoy the countryside while you were in line there. But what we're talking about, and a lot of people have already heard about it, and we're going to share some details now. Was a 3-part chain reaction accident on U.S. Route 35,
Oh,
about
man.
not quite halfway between Jackson and Gallipolis. It was in Jackson County, the eastern part, just on the other side of the truck stop, Dixon Run Road, and before the State Route 327 intersection
Okay.
in that stretch of highway there. But what happened was a truck, a dump truck that was that had a big load of manure, lost its load on the highway. All right, so there's a picture that Jeremiah shared. It took some work for him to get out there, but
I was gonna
he did,
say that would be
he did get out there. But that is just a section of the highway where that manure fell on the highway, and of course, there was a major cleanup project, but there was more to it than that. Right after that, there was when the manure came out of the back of the truck, there was a small car that was behind it, and the manure fell onto the car, which caused it to wreck. Very minor wreck there, but I'm sure it
Oh
was a mess for
my.
that driver. Neither the driver of the dump truck or the driver of the car were injured.
Thank
But
goodness.
then here is what potentially was the most serious part of it, and this would have made it outside of kind of like an inconvenience and another way comical, made it real serious. Potentially was that there was a double tractor trailer rig that came, and it kind of slid on the manure, and that caused its rear trailer to turn over. Well, it happened to be hauling some toxic chemicals, highly toxic chemicals that were in barrels. The barrels came out onto the highway.
Oh no.
So potentially you have, you do have what they call a hazmat situation, short for hazardous materials. So, all those emergency folks came. The good news was that the driver of the tractor trailer rig, he was not hurt either. So nobody hurt in this 3-part thing. However, you've got, these barrels with toxic chemicals out on the highway. Fortunately, the barrels never leaked. So there was
Oh, really?
Right. There was never
That's
any.
awesome.
That was the last information we had anyway.
Okay.
But they had to be handled, of course, carefully and all like
yes.
that. I don't know the chemical that it was, but it was described as highly toxic. And so, you have, the exposure problems, environmental and to human beings as well there. And I guess the bottom line of it is, even after, you have the manure on the highway, and then you have the highly toxic chemical or barrels of highly toxic chemicals on the highway, what turned out to be the major news story really was a major inconvenience with a capital I. Because you have people
Huge.
that are, they did get a detour working. Both eastbound and westbound lanes had to be closed because some of the manure apparently went over into the other lanes on the other side of the double lane highway.
Yeah.
And so, they had a major cleanup as well as handling the barrels of the toxic chemicals.
I'll bet there was a run on muck boots yesterday. What do you want to bet?
There probably was. There was a detour that they worked out using State Route 327 and Dixon Run Road, but it moved very slowly, and the traffic was already backed up. And so we had direct and indirect contact. We talked to people. We also heard a lot on social media, of course. A lot of people were in those long lines of traffic.
Yes.
And instead of taking 30 minutes or whatever, maybe between Jackson and Gallipolis, or 40, it took several hours,
Yes.
and this was
rough.
multiple people, a lot of local people, because, it's people heading back to Jackson or coming from Jackson County.
I was sitting there, Jamie got stuck in that a little bit, and he called and said, don't try to get home on the highway because it's a mess. And I said, okay. And I was sitting there trying to think about if you were coming one way or the other, like being a local and living out that direction, like creative ways to get home.
Right. Well, a lot of people.
There are, but man, if you don't know the back roads really well, it would be tough.
No, they had a detour worked out where, you could, use 35. You just kind of looped around 35 on Dixon Run Road, come out, I suppose, at the truck stop, on the other end if you're heading west towards Jackson. and I guess could work the opposite way if you're heading towards
What a
Gallipolis.
mess, though.
But no, it was surely a mess. We heard reports of people who ran out of gas. You know,
I
they
can
were low on
imagine.
gas, and they were running their car for hours there and moving at a snail's
Yeah.
pace. And people who were driving some electrical cars who ran out of charge.
Oh,
So
then you have that as a major ordeal as well.
that was a situation. We want to give props to our own Jeremiah Shaver, who often goes out on these scenes. He was working remote that day, but he was able to get out with his little boy with him, who he was babysitting, and they got all the way out there. It wasn't easy, but they looped their way around, got there, got pictures, got an on-scene report, and we took the patrol report he did, wrote up a revised story based on him being an eyewitness, out there on the scene, was able to put
What a mess.
able to put a few more details in there. But he came up with this headline, and we do have this story posted already on our website, and we did make it available free of charge. So we hope folks take advantage of that, because we obviously there's a lot of questions. What's going on out there?
Yeah,
If
like
you're
we need to
even if you're in line or
Well,
you're not in line.
You assume the worst when the highway is closed both directions and for
No,
such a long period of time. You assume that there's something really,
Major
really bad
problem.
going on, and it was nice to know
Nobody,
that no one was injured.
nobody got hurt. Right.
Yes.
Well, the headline was "A crappy situation. Commercial dump truck drops a load of manure on US 35." So we had a little fun with the situation there. What that headline, give him credit for that. And there were people posting things too that on the comical side.
I can't.
And I
even
know it's
imagine.
not funny if you got to be somewhere when you're there.
It's a little funny.
But when it's after, hopefully you can laugh about it.
I wonder.
And as you say, it didn't turn out to be no environmental damage, and nobody got hurt.
Just inconvenient. I wonder how that happened though with the dump truck. Like what?
I'm not sure. I am
Logistically speaking, how
I am not sure. I
how
just
a
know
giant load of manure.
it all started with part of that load falling onto the highway.
Oh my.
So that was part one, and then we know the rest of the story.
Yes.
But anyway, we will have pictures and the story in our print edition Saturday. But as we said, it's already online on the telegramnews.com, shared on our social media and Facebook pages, and so on as well. All right, some other things. We're going to go through some things really quick, because we are going to go live to Jeremiah Shaver
We
here
are.
on the back part of our hour. He is on the scene at the Jackson-Vinton Farm Bureau's Ag Day. So they always
Yes.
have, I believe it's second graders. They come from Jackson
It
County
is.
and Vinton County.
What they say they had 400 or 500 second graders
it
out
is,
there.
uh,
I was like,
I think it's all of them
It's a lot.
in the two counties, and it's all about exposing them to the farm and where their food comes from.
yes.
To get an understanding of that. So that has been a great project, and we'll get a bird's eye view of that a little bit later in the hour, and follow-up coverage in the newspaper. But some other things going on. This is a big weekend at the University of Rio Grande. This is their commencement on Saturday.
Yes, it is.
And the speaker is going to be Elaine Armstrong, and she is a real poster woman for what you can do on education. There is Elaine right there. She was a late blooming student there because of her personal situation, being a mother and all.
Uh-huh.
So she had to kind of take her time. She was a non-traditional student to get through school, but she did do that. She got degrees from the University of Rio Grande, and she ended up being an administrator at the University of Rio Grande before she retired. And she is going to be the keynote guest speaker for their commencement. It's going to be 1 p.m. They're on the green, and they will go inside if there's rain. So we hope that there won't be.
Hopefully not.
But that's 1 p.m. on Saturday. And of course, it's a great time for the University of Rio Grande. They seem to be on the upswing with lots of good things happening.
Yes, they
got
are.
the band and the football team coming.
Hey, we got a band in
coming,
football.
not this coming year, but the next year after that. And of course, we just had the news of building the new MacArthur Center,
Yes.
which will hopefully open in the fall of 2025 as well. Okay, we want to acknowledge some other things that happened last Thursday that we haven't talked about. These are such nice events, and they do them in several different venues in our local area, and that is the National Day of Prayer. We
Okay.
had a National Day of Prayer in Benton County. That was at noon on Thursday. That was in front of the courthouse. We had a National Day of Prayer event at the YMCA in Jackson. That was
Okay.
an ecumenical committee that does that. They always have a big crowd for that, and they honored posthumously Sandy Borden. Sandy Borden was a member of that ecumenical committee, and don't want to speak out of turn or shortchange anybody else, but perhaps as much or more than anybody else, she made that event happen.
She makes a lot of events happen.
Right. I know that and of course we lost her to cancer last September, but I know that from the media side, when I was recruited for coverage or to even participate, it was Sandy that was making the calls. So that was very nice that they remembered her. There was also a National Day of Prayer in Wellston at the Life Source Apostolic Church. Pastor Michael Jadronick was the host pastor and the organizer of that event. And Josie Rader was one, if not the main organizer of a day-long succession of prayer day events that occurred throughout the downtown area, where there was, for instance, you could do scripture and have a bubble at Michael's at 4:00.
Sure.
And things like that, all the way from very early in the morning into the evening, past the evening, when they had the National Day of Prayer service at the YMCA. Okay, a couple of other things we want to talk about real quick. There was a ribbon cutting for a new business in MacArthur, so we want to mention that. It's called Poked and Polished, and that is the Poked and Polished principals who were there for the ribbon cutting. Red Thompson Jr. was there as well, and this was last Thursday, a week ago from yesterday, at 114 North Market Street. That is in downtown MacArthur, and the business there is operated by Nick Newman Peoples. Nick Newman Peoples. That is a female, not a male. N-I-K is her first name, and they do hair care, scalp massages and treatments, and they do coloring and extensions, and they do makeup, tattooing, pedicures, a whole bunch of things in one spot. And so I know that has to be very convenient for the folks in Benton County and MacArthur. They don't have to travel, quote, to the big city for some of those services. So we want to wish them luck. We do have a story and a picture on this in this Saturday's edition of the Telegram. We also, on a sad note, we do want to acknowledge the death of Olivia Liv Montgomery in Wellston. This is so sad. She was such an inspiration to folks, especially in the Wellston area and at Wellston High School. That is a picture of Liv, who we lost just several days ago. She had battled cancer for 5 years. Only 17 years old. So tragic. She fought it to the very end. She was the homecoming attendant for the junior side in the last homecoming weekend for Wellston High School. She wanted badly to go to the prom, but it just got so bad that she could not. And then of course she just passed away here, I think last Monday. She was a junior at Wellston High School, member of the band, just in 4-H, just an outgoing young lady. And she was already well loved and well liked, by her peers and adults who knew her, but she became more of a source of inspiration because of her dogged determination to beat this thing. She was quite an inspiration. And so the calling hours for Liv Montgomery will be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow at World Outreach Ministries just outside Wellston. There'll be a celebration of life service afterwards at 2 p.m. And I know a lot of people are mourning the loss of Olivia Liv Montgomery. All right. Also, we want to tell you that hydrant flushing, just as a public service mention, we want to say is continuing in both Jackson and Wellston. So
they're everywhere.
If you see them working in either city, be aware of that you may have discolored water temporarily. Let it run. Be careful about using laundry in that period.
That's right. Water's still safe, though. Don't panic about that.
Right. You can see, it is quite a sight when they flush those hydrants. That is a scene in downtown Jackson not too long ago when a member of the water department was flushing. You see that and you think, oh my gosh, a big water main busted. No,
Right.
they're just flushing the hydrants so, they'll run correctly.
Yes.
They're testing them to make sure they run correctly and the water stream is working and all like that. And so it's something that happens once or twice a year everywhere. All right, the Jackson County Veterans Service Office, that serves a lot of veterans, of course, at 157 Broadway Street in downtown Jackson. It is going to be closed all next week. The office will be because of national training. Jennifer Pittman, who is the office administrator, and I suppose the incoming Veteran Service Officer, who is Scott King. Arnold Tripp is retiring as Veteran Service Officer. They're in transition, I think, right now. They will all be, or at least I'm sure Scott King and Jennifer Pittman will be out of town to do this training, and it will take place all week. So therefore, the office there will be closed. They just wanted to put everybody on notice. If you need a service or whatever, you'll have to wait or get there today even.
Okay.
All right, there is a new exhibit now on at the Marquet Cultural Arts Center. It's called Opening Minds Through Art.
Okay.
And it is, there is a scene from the opening night reception, which was a week ago, Thursday evening. This exhibit will continue through the end of the month. And Opening Minds Through Art, very interesting. I don't think they've done this before at the Marquet. It is artwork by local residents who are battling dementia, or some of them at least are battling dementia. It is a national
Wow.
program, and I believe that a lot, if not all, of the examples of artwork there are from residents of Holzer Assisted Living of Jackson.
Awesome.
And I know not everybody there has dementia or whatever, so I'm not sure if it's the residents where they have dementia or not, but that is the idea
Very
behind
cool.
Opening Minds Through Art, because it stimulates the mind to do
Sure.
artwork, and that's a good thing. And that puts them in the spotlight as well. So that exhibit is online or going on right now at the Marquet. Hours at the Marquet are Tuesday through Saturday from 12 p.m. to 5. I know we had Susie Emmert and Tim Jackson in here not too long ago. Remember, there's still time to buy flags for the Field of Heroes display,
for sure.
which heads into the week of Memorial Day weekend and through Memorial Day weekend this year, into the Wednesday after Memorial Day. But all you have to do there to get in on that is to contact them through the Wellston Rotary Club Facebook page, or you can call one of the organizers, Dorothy Riepenhoff, who doesn't have enough to do, even though she just turned 80. I know she doesn't mind, because I had a big party and everybody was there. But anyway, you can call her. That number is 740-418-2246. Once again, 740-418-2246. And of course, that will go on, into Memorial Day weekend and beyond. And it is quite a sight to see there on the lot of the old Wellston High School there at the corner of Pennsylvania and 6th Street, I believe it is.
Quite moving.
It certainly is. Speaking of flags, the Oak Hill Festival of Flags has announced that they now have pre-sale ride passes on sale. You save a lot of money.
Yes.
Pre-sale ride passes than if you wait and you buy the ride passes there when the festival's going on. And they definitely cost more during the festival. Of course, the Festival of Flags is Friday, May 24th through Monday, May 27th. That is Memorial Day weekend. The cost of this unlimited rides pass is $18. So, you can take that a long way. They can be purchased at the Oak Hill Village building, which of course is right adjacent to where the festival takes place. Do not forget that it's Senior Citizens Day. Red Thompson, I hope, found it up there.
He
wanted
that's where he was
wanted
going.
to know where the wagon wheelers was, and it is.
Oh,
you have to wind your way back there. Just
Yeah.
keep looking up, and you'll find it. But anyway, it is Senior Citizens Day today. They'll name a Senior Citizens of the Year person. They'll all have a party, meal, free entertainment. It's for all the senior citizens. It goes from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. So go on out. A Hawaiian-themed luau.
Nice.
Who won't have fun at a luau?
Fun.
Okay, real quick, we want to mention a couple of sports things that are big. At the TVC track meet, which was in Wellston, which is notable because they have that new track.
Yes.
Kimmy Aubrey, who is a senior at Wellston High School on their girls team, she made history by breaking a 34-year-old record in the high jump. And I think, Dylan, we have a video that shows her
She
actually
is
breaking the record.
So amazing.
Okay, that's softball.
Baseball.
That's softball.
Or softball.
Okay, I'll go ahead and
sport,
talk.
Dylan.
You try to find her, but anyway, she went 5 feet 2 inches on the high jump, which is very good for girls high jump on the high school level. She broke a record by Sharice Hutchinson, which had been standing since 1990.
Wow.
And also, not only did she break the record, she came close to breaking the long jump record at the same meet, just fell a little bit short of that, and we'll show this picture now. That is Kimmy on the right. She is standing with Wellston High School Athletic Director Jeff Hendershot. And the reason that she's holding that huge plaque is she was the high point person. Out of all the female athletes in the TVC track meet, she scored more points as an individual than anybody else.
Yay, Kimmy.
So congratulations to Kimmy Aubrey. Okay, speaking real quickly of some other sports things that are worthy of mention that just happened. Last night, the Wellston High School girls softball team won a sectional tournament.
Awesome.
They defeated Chesapeake 7-0. How good are the Wellston girls softball team this year? How good is the Wellston girls softball team this year? They lost their first game to a very good Hillsborough team. Well, since then, they've won 21 games in a row. 21.
That'll do.
They are 21-1, and they will be going to the district tournament on Tuesday to play Piketon. That will be at Unioto High School. I think we have a picture there of the girls softball team, if you can get it up there, Dylan. If you can't find it, trust me, we'll have it in the paper as well. But
there they are.
There they are. That's the girls softball team, coached by Jim Hall. There isn't a spring sports team in our local area that has a better record than they. 21-1. Hannah Potts had another great day pitching. She is a junior at Wellston High School. She struck out 17 batters and also hit a home run to help them.
Way to go.
Also, Garrett McInnes, who is a senior at Oak Hill High School. He is the son, by the way, of Oak Hill basketball coach Heath McInnes. Garrett was the high point person in the SOC, Southern Ohio Conference, boys track meet that was held at Minford Wednesday and Thursday. He scored more, just like Kimmy, scored more points than any other boy in Division III SOC. He is a state qualifier in the 400-meter run, I believe it is. So 400-meter dash. So congratulations to Garrett. Oak Hill boys, by the way, won the SOC Division III track meet for the SOC, and a lot of it was because of how well Garrett did in his events.
Cool.
And the Jackson Ironmen baseball team, who won the SEOL, that was a long time ago. The Frontier
that was a few years ago.
The Frontier Athletic Conference Championship this past Monday with a 5-2 victory over Miami Trace. They will be playing in the sectional tournament next week at home against a team to be determined after games are played on Monday. But Jackson hopes to play tonight against Marietta in a non-league game.
Okay.
Right now, they have already clinched the Frontier Athletic Conference Championship, and they are 19-4. 19-4, and they have won 13 games in a row. So congratulations to them. So we are going to...
I didn't know if you wanted to talk. Okay, I just didn't know if you wanted to touch base or not.
We know that at this time that Jeremiah Shaver is probably standing by out on the farm at the research farm for Ag Day. So I actually have another important appointment that I'm going to tease you on. But when we talk again on Monday or Tuesday or whenever it is, I'll have some big news for you. Okay? How's that for a tease?
Well, that's not fair, Pete.
That's just like you telling me won't tell me what the special is. That's 6 cents.
All right.
All right, we'll talk.
I'll hold you to that.
We'll talk to you later.
All right. Thanks, Pete. So we do have Jeremiah on the phone. I got to get my headphones plugged in here because that way we don't get an echo kind of situation. So let me figure out which one's the left and which one's the right because, I'm old and I can't see. So, okay. Jeremiah, are you there? I'm good. How are you? Oh, there he is.
Hey. Hey, Jen. How are you?
Good.
Wasn't expecting to come on that quick. I don't know why there's always black space in here. Dylan, you able to fix that at all? It's like I'm cut off. I'm always cut off on this
Oh,
side for
poor Jeremy.
whatever
Well, I'm
reason.
cut off too, if it makes you feel any better.
Okay. I don't know if it's just the way it shows on mine or what, but anyhow, good morning, Jen. We're out here on the farm.
Well, good morning. You are out at the extension center, right? Out at
Yeah, so this is the I'm out here at the Jackson County Extension Center, and a part of that they have out here is that research farm. I'm sorry, it's a little windy out here this morning and cold, Jen. I told them,
know.
I told the organizers you couldn't have picked a better day for this.
It's
So,
been like 85 degrees every day. Now it's like 2.
It has been. So we just got finished with so at the start of this, all the kids gather together. There's hundreds of second graders from Jackson and Vinton County, and they always gather back here behind this big building every year that I've come out here to this, and they always have a T-shirt contest, and they give away places for that, and they have like a winning T-shirt as well.
That's
so they just
cool.
got finished with that, and if I can get my flyer open here, I should be able to tell you who first place was this year. So first place went to Jackson Swackhammer from Westview Elementary School.
Very cool. Do you have the design there?
I do. Yeah, there's a picture of it in this flyer here, if you guys can see.
Very good.
So that is the design of the winning T-shirt this year. And if I remember, I believe the winning class will all get a copy of that.
Very cool.
So they just began. So out here, this is ag. This is your Jackson Vinton Farm Bureau. This is your ag experience day. I've been out here to this tons of times over the years. You can probably go back and find videos on Facebook and YouTube of me out here doing corny little intros for different things. I feel like there was one year I picked up a rabbit and I said, I did a cereal commercial, a Trix reference, and I said, silly rabbit, ag days for kids, or I picked up a chick and, like a baby chick and made some comment about it. Yeah. So anyhow, they just started making their rounds out here, and this Ag Experience Day, it's to bring the kids out here to the farm and show them where their food comes from. So they just started making their rounds to the different stations. I'm set up to be able to take you guys around for a quick tour if we still have time.
Yeah, sure.
Are we good on time?
Yeah, we have about 10 minutes. Yeah.
About 10 minutes. That should be plenty of time to make it through all the different stations here at the research farm. They have a number of stations set up, and the ones that's always the hit with the kids are the animals, Jen. They always love to see all the different animals out here. So, all right, well, I'm going to flip my camera around, and we will take you guys for a tour.
Love that. About how many kids did you say that there were out there this year?
Usually it's several hundred, anywhere between 500-600, I do believe, that come from the area.
540 or 520 or something. It's like
yeah,
crazy.
usually from the area schools. So, all right, let me flip this around, and we will take you guys on a tour out here at the research farm.
Okay. While he's doing that, we do have a lot of cool stuff going on today, obviously, out at the research farm, and you could stop by and see that. But also, Dylan, the weather forecast is a little bit cooler this weekend, isn't it?
I believe so. Let me
see if we can, while Jeremiah's doing that. Yeah, today there is a little bit of a chance of rain there, with highs only a 67, lows of 45. Tomorrow, a little bit warmer, but a lot of rain in the forecast, 69 and 46. Not good for that Rio graduation, which will be happening tomorrow. And also on Sunday, though, on your Don't Forget It's Mother's Day, beautiful highs of 72 and lows around 49. So that gets you through the weekend, and we're back with Jeremiah, where you can obviously see the kids are there with some Longhorn
All right, hi Jen.
Cattle, it looks
We have made
like,
it down
and
to one of
having
the
a
exhibits here.
big old
I believe
time checking that
this
out.
is like one of those longhorn cattle.
So what are we
See
looking at,
the
Jeremiah?
kids checking it out here. We'll watch in here for a second while I try to rearrange.
That thing is beautiful and scary all at the same time, I'm just going to say. I think we lost Jeremiah.
Yeah, it seems like his microphone dropped.
What?
It seems like his microphone dropped, but we still got his video.
Okay. We'll just put that back up then.
Do what?
Put the video back up.
All right, Jen, can you still hear me?
Oh, there you are. Okay. Yes.
My headphone died. I had to switch headphones. Sorry about that.
So what are we looking at now?
We have some cows, Jen. The kids are taking turns petting cows.
Look how excited they are. It's so funny. The kids,
a lot
not
of these,
the cows.
Right, and you got to remember a lot of these kids maybe have not been exposed to farm animals. So this may be a first for them.
That's nice. They're all standing in line.
Yeah, so they'll take turns going to the different stations here and seeing all the animals. And usually the folks that are at the station will talk with them as well.
Very cool. Those have to be some very well-mannered cows.
Yeah, so we'll move on here and see what other farm animals we have. I think we have some alpacas, Jen.
Nice. Oh, look how cute they are. Look how happy the kids are.
I know, they love
good
it, Jen.
To see. Oh, it's a baby.
It's a little one.
Oh.
Right now, about once a week. Whenever I get him to the fair, I'll probably watch him 3 times during fair week.
Is that a goat?
It looks like a goat, Jen.
Okay.
And a lot of these stations are manned by 4-Hers or FFA members. And a lot of the animals that they bring, like that one, I think, may be projects that the 4-H members have.
Awesome.
Here's your favorite, Jen.
Yeah, it's a horsey. Man, this is just such a... Oh, it's a donkey.
So we have some donkeys there.
Aww.
And then in addition to all the animals, they have some different fun activities for the kids set up as well. You can see here the kids playing some games, doing some fitness type stuff at this station.
Very good.
And then there's also some other stations set up here in this barn, if I can make my way up there. Here's Mick Scott. Let's see if Mick would like to say anything. Here, Mick. You're live.
I am live.
You're live. Say hi.
Hi.
Hey, hold that up a little bit. Scoot it up there. There you go.
All right.
Go ahead and talk a little bit about Ag Day.
Well, Ag Day is something that the Farm Bureau OSU Extension quite a few people get together. The presenters take their time off as far as animal-wise and helping these kids. Second graders from all Jackson, Wellston, Benton, Oak Hill. Some of these kids don't get to see any animals, don't get to do any of this farm stuff. And everybody's got to eat, and the farmer's the one that gives you that food. So, sorry about the weather. It's not a perfect day for it, but everybody seems to be having a good time. So,
Introduce yourself real quick, Meg.
oh, I'm Mick Scott, Jackson Benton Farm Bureau President. Over here is Jess Taylor. She's the Vice President. Jess. I think she's ignoring me. She
you.
don't want nothing to do with it. She's going to blow the horn. All right.
All right, so she's getting ready to blow the horn, and when they blow the horn here, that signals that it's time to move on to the next station. So we will listen here as she blows this air horn to signal to the second graders it's time to move on to the next station. In addition to all these stations, Jen, the kids also get to go on a wagon ride as well.
I want to go on a wagon ride.
Yeah, so the kids are there's some kids on a wagon ride right now being pulled by a tractor. And
Very cool. If they get real wild, they could go up and see our antenna, our radio antenna.
Oh, is it up on the hill, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there it was. All right, so we still got some time to kill, Jen?
Yep. A few minutes.
Okay, we'll make our way back up here and show you some of the other stations that are inside these buildings. They have some other ones set up. There's been different things that they do. I know one of the stations they make like it's like a bird feeder out of using bird seed, peanut butter, and like a ice cream cone.
Nice.
I think is one of the things that they've done. They have this station here that kind of simulates milking a cow.
Dude, you have to go do that.
Well, my hands are both full, Jen, or I would. So we have this here where they get to simulate milking a cow.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a fun little station that they have set up here that the second graders get to try.
How
Let's
fun
see.
is this for the kids, I'm sure.
It is. It's a fun day, and on top of it all, they get to eat lunch on the village or on the farm green here.
Love that.
I'm Andrew Bennett. I work at Hawkins College Fish Hatchery. What are you guys doing?
So this station,
talking about fishies.
Yeah. Looks like they kind of have a like a station back there that there might be some fishes in it, maybe.
How many of you guys like to fish?
We'll see if we can slip in here.
I thought that you might. So you guys probably went to a lake and seen signs that say, must return bass 12 to 15 inches, something like that. Okay?
Don't know how well this is coming through, Jen, but there's
Very cool.
some fishes that they have set up so the kids will get to come over and see this.
So in our program, we do something very similar.
Love that.
We set out all kinds of different nets, and we put electrode gear into the water and trap the fish, and we measure them and we weigh them, and we take that data.
Here goes the tractor with the kids.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, there they go.
Love that. What
So
a
I've got,
great experience for them, because you're right, like a whole lot of those kids maybe have not seen farm animals or gotten to spend time out and about on a farm.
I believe Jeremiah is switching cameras, but when he does that, sometimes it blacks out like that. So
Okay.
he should be back momentarily.
Okay.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. It was
Very
nice to get an
cool.
inside look of how all that went. And I remember my time in elementary when I
Oh, did
went
you get
one
to
of
go,
those.
Dylan?
I did, yeah. It was really fun back then. Oh, and Jeremiah is back.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
Sorry about that, Jen.
You're fine.
For some reason it keeps knocking me off when I switch cameras. I don't know why it started doing that.
No worries. No worries.
So that was a look here on the farm, Jen. I still need to make myself. I need to go back around and get some photos and stuff for the telegram. So I think I'm gonna sign off here if we're good on time.
We are absolutely perfect on time. So thank you so much and have a great day out there.
It's a little windy, a little cool, Jen, but I'm glad I grabbed my coat because if not, I would be froze.
Well, you are doing a great job. Just have some fun out there.
That's right. It's always always can't get the camera back on me here, Jen. I'm having some issues this morning apparently.
You need a second grader to help you out.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm holding the mic, I'm holding the phone on this thing and trying to hold it out, and it's just where
Hey,
it's a lot. It's a
all
lot.
good. All good.
All good. So,
All right.
all right.
Thank
Well, y'all
you.
have a good morning.
We'll see ya. Bye bye. All right. Of course, that was Jeremiah Shaver out at the farm experience for the day, Ag Day, which is for the second graders here in our local area, and such a fun day for them, and of course everybody involved as well. So, all right. Well, we have to get out of here for the day. We hope that you've enjoyed, and we will be back on Monday, probably with some more news because there's always a lot of great things that happen over the weekend. So be safe out there, and don't forget Mother's Day is Sunday. So everybody be nice to your moms and do something special for her special day. All right. We'll see you back here on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.